Okay children, so now what we are going to do is that we are going to start our first lesson of our social syllabus, which is nothing but Earth. So see children, Earth, the place at which we are living in. So now in this lesson what we are going to do is we are going to discuss everything related to Earth children. Fine. So as we all know children, apart from us there are so many other living things which are living around us. But fortunately or unfortunately, we human beings are the only ones which are trying to change whatever which is surrounding us. What is it children? So we, unfortunately or fortunately, the ones which we are trying to change the things which are surrounding us. For example, so we have so many natural resources. On Earth, we are having so many natural resources children. So from the beginning itself, during our ancestors itself, what we are doing it is that we are using the natural resources. But unfortunately, if we are using our natural resources in a limit, we won't be having any problem children. We won't be having any problem. But unfortunately, what we are doing it is that we are using that natural resources excessively. So excessively in the sense, we are using it in the higher quantities. What we are doing children, we are using it in higher quantities. So since we all know, if we are using a same thing again and again and again, what will happen children? It will become scarce. It will become scarce. So same thing has happened children. Same thing has happened to the natural resources. So once we have started using same natural resources again and again and again, what it has become? It has become scarce. It has become scarce. So some natural resources we are having the scarcity. Scarcity in the sense it has become rare. So apart from that, what we have started having it? So we have started creating a phenomenon called global warming children. So we have created a scenario called global warming where we have started polluting everything children. So we have started polluting everything. So we have started polluting land, water, air, everything. So result of that, now we are in a situation called global crisis. We are in a situation called children global crisis. So environmental crisis, all these kinds of situations children, where we are having the pollution in everything children. So in our previous classes itself we have discussed how it's going to affect it, how we are using minerals, how we are using forests, how we are using natural resources, everything we have seen it children. Now what we are going to do is that, so if we understand our earth in a better way, then we can prevent or then we can use it in a better way so that our future generations also will get all these natural resources. Okay children? Fine. So we'll move into the first concept children, which will be related to the sun, the earth and the solar system. Now we are going to discuss children about sun, about the earth and about the solar system. This is subtopic children. So now, when we were small, when we were child, so we all have done that I guess children. That is, we used to go to the terrace or we used to come outside and we used to look towards the sky and we used to get amazed. So what are these kinds of things? So everything, stars lighten up there, moon, sun in the morning. So we used to get fascinated. Yes, no children? Yes, we all did that. So in the same way, when we were talking about our ancestors, so about thousands of years back, so they also used to see towards the sky and they used to wonder, so what are these kinds of things? So some things are moving like comets or stars, and some things they are shining bright like stars, and some things like moon, they are very bright in the sky. They were very fascinated with it. And what they used to do is that they've started studying on it. They've started research and they've started studying on it. So what are these things and can they affect us? What are these things and can they affect us? So what it has happened is that, so they've started researching about it. They have started researching about it children. So in the beginning, what they have thought is that, so earth was stationary and everything else, it can be stars, moon, suns and everything else, it used to rotate around them. They used to think like that children. So initially, when they were first started, they used to think that, okay, earth was stationary, it used to be stationary and everything else will be moving around the Earth itself, like stars, moon, sun, other planets, everything. So they used to think that. But actually, is it correct, children? Is it correct? No, obviously not. So some around 500 years back, they have discovered that Earth was not stationary, Sun was stationary. So Sun was in the middle, and all the other planets and everything else will be revolving around the Sun. So Earth was not in the center, Sun was in the center, and every other planets will be rotating around themselves as well as Sun also. So later on they have discovered that, children. What they have discovered, children? Tell one more time. So Earth was not stationary, Earth was moving around the Sun itself. So Earth will be moving on its own axis as well as around the Sun also, children. Are you with me, children? Yes. Now later on, about 100 years back, they have discovered one more thing, children. That stars actually, this is surprising, children. So stars, they actually take birth, they grow and they die also. Isn't it, children? Isn't it surprising? Yes. So stars actually, they take birth, they grow old and they die. So some around 100 years back they have discovered this also, children. Are you with me, children? Now, so they have one more theory, children. So they used to say that all these galaxies and all these Earth, other planets, stars, they are formed from a concept called Big Bang theory, children. From a concept called Big Bang theory. So what that Big Bang theory states is, no? So previously there used to be big rocks. So in space there used to be big rocks and they have collided with each other. So they have collided with each other, whatever rocks or forms which we are having it, no? They're all actually formed because of that. So whatever things, whatever planets, stars, everything which we are having it, they are actually the result of that collision. So that is called Big Bang theory, children. So now all the things which we have, stars, planets, sun, everything else, they say that it's part of that. It's because of that, children. Are you with me, children? So in our space we are having so many galaxies, children. So many galaxies. So if we add up all of that, then we will be getting universe, children. Fine. So now, as we have discussed, Earth is not stationary, it will be revolving around the Sun. So as we have discussed, children, Earth is not stationary, it will be revolving around the Sun. So the path in which the Earth revolves around the Sun is called orbit, children. The path in which Earth revolves around the Sun is called orbit, children. What is it called? Orbit. So orbit is nothing but a fixed path in which Earth will be rotating around the Sun. So now, when it comes to that path, so most of it, what we will be thinking is that it will be perfect circle. But actually, it's not perfect circle, children. So now imagine two things. So imagine a ball. It can be anything. So cricket ball or football or anything. So it will be perfect circle, it will be round. Perfect circle we'll call it. Now imagine an egg, children. Oval shape. Right? So the orbit or the path in which Earth rotates around the Sun, it will be in between perfect circle and the oval shape. So we call it scale and oval, children. As we can see it here, see, children. That is the path in which Earth will be revolving around the Sun, children. Okay, children? So actually it takes some around 365 days and 6 hours for Earth to take a complete rotation around the Sun, children. How much time? It takes around 365 days and 6 hours to complete one full rotation for Earth around the Sun, children. So that is the reason why we call that, or we will take that complete time as 1 year. How much time? 365 days, we will be taking it as 1 year. But if you can observe, children, what about that 6 hours? So coming to that 6 hours, so if you know, for every 4 years we will be having a concept called leap year. For every 4 years we will be having a concept called leap year. So what will happen in that leap year, children? So in general years we will be having 365 days. When it comes to leap year, we will be having 366 days. So how do we get it? So we get it like this, children. So every year we will be having 6 hours, right? So for every hour it takes actually 365 days and 6 hours. So we will be leaving out that 6 hours. Now, so first year 6 hours, second year 6 hours, 12 hours, third year 6 hours, 18 hours, and fourth year 24 hours. So 24 hours in the sense, children, 1 day. So that is the reason why for every 4 years we will be having one leap year, which will be having 366 days. So why we have that one more extra day? Now we have understand, children. Okay, children. So we will meet in our next class.